Hello, Namaskar everyone to my YouTube channel, The Uncut Room, where we daily discuss one editorial. And today is the 6th of January 2026. We are going to discuss what does the Shanti Bill changes. In this editorial, author resolves some general questions and they want to answer in a very layman term. We will discuss and understand what are the Shanti Bill and their respective questions. So, what is the story so far? Basically, what is happened and what is the Shanti Bill? Moving forward, there is a one action is taken by the parliament where they introduce the Shanti Bill. Shanti Bill stands for the sustainable harnessing and advancement of a nuclear energy in India bill. So right now, up to 19 till from 1956 till now, the nuclear power corporation in India is controlled the whole sector of a nuclear energy, but government completely remove the monopoly of NPCIL and introduce the foreign investments also. To achieve the India's nuclear security needs, the government has pushed the nuclear energy mission by 20,000 crore by the small modular reactors are there, and government changed the state control and which is unchanged since 1956. Now the private companies, foreign companies are also allowed to come and invest in the nuclear sector. Now moving forward and understand more deeply about the what is the Shanti Bill. So as I earlier told, Shanti Bill stand for the sustainable harnessing and advancement of a nuclear energy in India, and that builds open India's nuclear power sector to private and a foreign participation, which earlier is controlled by the state only and deeply regulated. So now the government changed this. Under this bill, private Indian companies can seek license to own, and after the government authorize the license, they are allowed to build operate the nuclear power plant. Right now, under the Shanti Bill, only a 49% private participation is there while maintaining the 51 government control. Which part government control? Government control are very sensitive activities. As we know that we are enriching the thorium, we are using a thorium to generate the electricity. So all the enrichment process, nuclear fuel production, heavy water manufacturing, radioactive waste management comes under the government sector, while the private companies operate involve the fuel fabrication will be there, equipment manufacturing, plant operation, and research and development. These sector comes under the private sector, and this through this bill, government ends the monopoly of a nuclear power corporation of India Limited. Right now, it has the all 100% right for the nuclear power, but now government control only a 49%, 51% control, and government and private organization can take up to a 49%. So what now another question is, what is AERB? So AERB is a Atomic Energy Regulatory Board. This is one of the most important board will be going to be happen because all the things, all the main things in comes under this board controls. Let we see. Now government first changed its status. Now it is a statutory board. Now it will directly reports to the parliament rather than any executive body. First thing, the government changed its status. Second one is government so AERB is responsible for ensuring the nuclear safety, radiation protection, emergency preparedness, equality assurance for the civilian nuclear installation. It will also issue the active safety measures, as well as it will issue the licensing. That is one of the important factor. Those private company will get the license or those not, completely under the control of AERB. Lot of power given to the only a single institution, that is AERB. And it will change the safety provisions of a 1948 and also a atomic energy section 23 of the Atomic Energy Act. Now because the AERB strengthening the regulatory oversight bill due to increased private SIG participation. However, the bill has been criticized for the concentrating power to one institution. So that is something that people or opposition party are opposing that all the powers, main powers comes under concentrate to the only one institution. That is not good. What are the safeguard for are in this place? So safeguard are AIRB. So directly this bill does not give explicitly permit to the foreign FDI. So first you need a authorization from the AIRB. If you get the authority, then you are setting up, then you are required to setting up a plant range from production, possession, disposal of a radioactive material, radiation generation equipment, as well as for stabilizing the operating and withdrawing radioactive facilities. So government controls the high level radioactive waste, and enrichment is there, isotope separations are there. So I told earlier that right now we are utilizing the thorium, so high level enrichment is there. And there's a lot of waste is generates when the nuclear energy works. So we are reutilizing by the help of park is also there. So that is a something government are planned to do. And apart from this, there's a nuclear liability fund is also there. So we will discuss later about more about this fund, where the this fund will be utilized. So now moving forward, what the change with respect to the liability? Liability is one of the most important factor in this bill, because earlier the private players are also interested to interested in the give the capital to the nuclear sector, but there's a liability factor. Because of this they avoid. So if anything misfortunate is happened, so completely there's a liability to these private player in operator and the supplier, but the government completely capped this. If if max to max cap to the private player, that is 3000 crore for the large plant, 1,500 crore for the medium plant, and 1,100 crore, only 100 crore for the small modular reactors, and penalties for the legal violation in case and severe breach will be up to 100, sorry, 1 crore. So it means if any mishappen or misfortune is there, and the liability is very high. So now the only company has to pay maximum 3,000 crore if company comes under the large plant. If company comes under the medium plants, only 1,500 crore will be the liability. So these things help or attract more private player. Apart from this, government told we will utilize that nuclear liability fund if anything mishappen will be there. So the union government will bear the liability beyond the operator cap with the additional support, and propose the nuclear liability fund, which earlier operator holds the supplier liable for the defective parts, fault equipment, design efficiency. So right now government completely removed the supplier accountability. So that is something which attracts more to the private player or private institution right now, because the government needs that amount of fund. And government want by 2047 we have to achieve the 100 gigawatts through the nuclear power. And because we are moving forward to the net emission zero, we have target by 2070 India is a net carbon emission will be the zero. And we need some green energy generations. So nuclear is a one of those. And what is the government point? Government also strengthening that India's energy security also, because we are the one of the most fastest developing country, and our energy requirement is day by day increasing. And right now India's geographical condition does not suits to completely depend on the solar energy and the wind energy, because they are completely depend on the climate and geographically locations. And we found a nuclear power clean energy ensured that very low carbon emission is there, and which is also help to achieve a net zero target by 2070. So that is a something that government point of view. And why does the need nuclear energy? As I told earlier, we does not completely depend on the solar and wind energy, hydro energy. We need something uh, which have a capability to hold the India's mass energy need, and which is mandatory. And we found that nuclear has a capability to strengthen and the expand the nuclear India's energy sector needs. Moreover, the electricity mix must be the basehold generation capacity to affordable and reliable for the consumer. Moving forward, what are the India's nuclear energy mission? Right now, India is having a 25 nuclear reactor and 7 power plant. We are and 25 pressurized heavy water reactor. We are planning to increase more through the private with the help of private players. Apart from this, with the help of BARC, which is a Baba Atomic Research Center, we have developed a technology to utilize the valuable material and handle the nuclear waste. In this sense, it will be help to make a bigger India independent and self-sufficient in the nuclear power generation. Now, moving forward, what is the opposition strongly criticize the bill? So, first reason is they told why the government removed the liability factor. So, if anything mishappen like Bhopal gas tragedy or some other cases are happened in the abroad, so they should government will not pay anything. The opposition party saying, and if the private player is not paying, who will be care about the citizen? So that is a something. Other thing is AERB. AERB control all the license part, and main power comes under to the all main power concentrate into the AARB. So that is a something which the opposition party controls. Now I would like you to read this editorial by yourself. You will understand more and get more vocabulary, more understandings, and we will connect tomorrow. Thank you.